1847 Colt revolver. I just fixed a major problem with it, the loading lever dropping. These old Colt revolvers, the oldest, the 1847s, they all had this problem, which I don't know if they were that way when they were new, but you know, it's over 150 years old. So anyway, yeah, and I was shooting it the other day, and I was trying to put in a really hot compressed load, and you can see the loading lever, I bent it. So yeah, big problems. It was always falling down, and I bent it, and obviously it was weak and a piece of junk. So anyway, I wanted to, this is a, 150-year-old, or, well, I haven't, how old is it? 153 plus 20, 173-year-old gun, I think. And I wanted to keep it working, so I made a new loading lever for it here. And I made that out of 4140 chrome moly steel. And I made a new, what you call this, the piece that pushes the bullet into the cylinder. Made a new one of them. It's 4130. You may ask yourself, why'd you do that? Well, because the old one didn't fit this new piece. So I made a new one to fit instead of redoing this. And the alloys I used 2 different alloys just so it wouldn't bind up and gall in here as this pieces were rubbing on each other. And what's especially interesting is if you add up 4140 and 4130, you wouldn't believe this, you get 8270. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. You double check my math. And then this big block here, this big brass block, this is gonna do 2 things. Number one, it's gonna retain the loading lever. Here, I'll pull that apart, and there we go. And see, there is a spring-loaded, well, there you go, spring-loaded ball detent, and it just pops down into the end of the loading lever. So, to close it up, you just give it a good push, and, it's pretty secure. So then on the top, too, and this is all going to be profiled. I'm going to get rid of these big square blocky edges, probably get rid of half of this material here. But anyway, on the top, I'm going to make a new sight for it, cut a groove, and take a piece of silver, maybe like a dime or something, and make a new sight so the thing's actually hits where it's supposed to. And yeah, so that's it. The ultimate Colt Walker loading lever fix. That is bullshit where these people, they take and file on this retarded thing. I mean, this is in the wrong spot to begin with. It goes, I had it, it was right in here. Well, it had absolutely complete mechanical disadvantage, right? You have all this weight on the loading lever hanging out here, and your pivot, your fulcrum is back here. I mean, that's the same way you'd move a boulder, so how the hell is that going to hold? Anyway, just shows you how stupid Sam Colt was. I mean, fucking idiot. Anyway, yeah, so that's taken care of, and I will now demonstrate how this thing performs with the 200 grain conical bullets and 50 grains of black powder. And you will all be able to see that this is the final solution to the dropping loading lever problem. And also bending, See, look at this. Look at the difference there. See how much more material? Yeah, this is obviously so much better. All right, let's go shoot this thing. I'm not going to film the entire loading process because it's too difficult to do with a phone. This is the powder I'm using. Real black powder, not that other stupid shit. And you've probably seen these powder measures. You all recognize that as a 50 grain measure. And yeah, so that's what we're putting in. Anyway, I'm gonna go load this and be back in a sec. Okay, here we are. This is my precision focus shooting Crony model F1 that measures frames per second. Okay, here's the Colt with the new loading lever, and you can see I have loaded 2 chambers with Lee 200 grain conical bullets and 50 grains of 3F GoX black powder. I only want to do 2 because these guns are old and there's not many of them left and I don't want to blow it up. So, okay, you may want to put your earplugs in. Here we go, testing. That was erroneous. There's no fucking way it was that low. But, oh, look. It came a little bit jostled. Look at that. It looks like it started to, not good. Not good. Let's do one more time. Let's see what happens. Well, fuck me to tears. Oh, major update. As you can see, well, you can't see because it's out of focus. The brass, come on, focus, dang it. That brass was press fit on there and it slid forward under recoil. So I need a set screw. That's why that didn't work. See, now it won't stay up at all. We'll put a set screw in it. Here's the piece. And I think I've decided to do something different because I'm lazy as hell. So what I'm going to do is bring this punch in here. And I'm going to make a bunch of punch marks, which will raise some of the material and make it a tighter fit. I'm going to try that before I put a set screw in it. Because like I say, this gun is 173 years old. I don't want to mess up all the original finish on that barrel by putting a set screw in there. So I'm going to do this. We'll try this and then see how that works. Okay, technical difficulty. There we go. Okay, let's see. Hope nothing blows up. Looking pretty solid. Here we go. Number 2. Gonna have to get that set screw, or maybe a brass welder that could weld the brass to the barrel. Okay. I have set screws. I've installed set screws now. Same load. I got 5 of them loaded. 200 grain bullet, 50 grains of 3F. It's either going to blow up my gun or ruin my chronograph. Let's see. The smoke must have messed with it yesterday. Let's see. Oh yeah. Those are more realistic readings. Look at this. Hasn't dropped. Awesome. Simply awesome. Here we go. Awesome. Unbelievable. Okay, now I'm going to shoot that tree. I don't like that tree anyway. Not very good penetration. But it didn't fall. And my point of aim seems to be lined up right with the top of that brass piece. Awesome.